Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. I am going to talk about why I think silver is extremely undervalued. It has been swept under the rug and why people want it to stay cheap. Before we start, make sure to smash that like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone like the video right now if you love precious metals or if you enjoy my content. It's the best way to support the channel. Also make sure you're subscribed because I post daily videos. With that said, let's jump into it. So this is going to be a very diverse video because there's so many things that go along with this, not only from silver price manipulation, from people from the higher ups trying to hide the fact that silver has so much potential for their own greed, their own wants, but also the perspective or the speculation that comes from small investors, individual investors that really just are missing the bigger picture. So let's start with that. So silver prices are based off of, honestly, a biased opinion. It depends upon when you entered the market on if you think prices are higher or lower. For instance, someone who entered the market way back in time when silver was $5 would look at $18 in silver, $18 silver, and think it's extremely high. But someone who entered the market in, let's say, July of 2016, when silver was $21, would look at the market at $18 and say silver is extremely low. So you can see, depending upon when you started stacking, is going to influence and affect whether you think prices are higher or lower. And that's why I try to say, take the biased opinion, take the blindfold, take the lens off, because regardless of when you started stacking, that makes no difference in where silver is headed or how you should be investing, right? Just because you started in 1980 or 2016 or whenever the case is, it shouldn't, that starting point shouldn't depend upon how you invest in the future, because everyone is investing today in today's terms, and that's going to affect you drastically whether you're buying, selling, trading, or holding. So you don't want to be basing your stuff off of your assumptions or your perspective. You need to look at the bigger picture. Now, what is the bigger picture? Well, silver is extremely undervalued, whether you think the price is high or not. And this goes into several different things that I mentioned in my videos, whether it's supply and demand surplus, the lack of silver, whether it's talking about miners, especially from this pandemic, miners not really focusing on silver mines since it's not profitable. They're digging up gold, lead, and zinc. A lot of silver is found from byproduct or by accident. They're not focusing on silver because it's just not making them money. They're chasing the greenbacks regardless of the consequence, regardless if the supply cannot meet the demand, what that's going to do to the price, which is going to rise prices. And the thing is, silver is needed much more in the industrial and technological world than gold is. A small amount of gold can do a lot in technology because gold isn't really used that much. But silver, being the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, is going to go a very long way. In what way, Silver Slayer? Well, 5G technology, which is going to be taking over the new revolution of the internet speed, is going to be with 5G. They said videos that take 40, 50 seconds to download will take 1 to 2 seconds with 5G technology. It's already here, but they're building all these 5G towers, and silver is widely and heavily used in 5G technology. Also, electric vehicles. I mean, think about this. Every car in 30, 40, 50 years is going to be an EV or an electric vehicle. Silver is heavily used in that. So the demand for silver is only going to be rising. Green energy, silver, and solar panels or photovoltaic cells, PV, everything's going to be green energy coming soon. Everything is solar panel. We're not using this gas and oil. Everything is diverging from the old ways and switching to green energy, which means silver is going to be heavily used in that, since silver is used in their photovoltaic cells. In the medical world, silver nanoparticles, colloidal silver, heavily used in medical wall paint, and so many different things. It purifies water. So silver demand is only going up, but the supply of silver is going down. I just made a video yesterday talking about the demand for silver increased 10% in the first quarter of 2020. The Silver Institute The Silver Institute put a price forecast on silver of $21 in 2021. The Silver Institute never does price forecasts. They stay away from that, but they seem to be extremely bullish on silver. And this is interesting. This is actually bigger news than I think people realize, because the Silver Institute is the top dog. They do all the numbers for everything from miners, from supply and demand, to everything under the sun. So for them to say this, they have to be extremely confident. And they have to have their reasonings as well. If you want to check out their reasonings, check out the video I posted yesterday. So anyway, so why is silver so valuable? What makes silver so valuable? Well, there's clues, there's hints, there's signs to show that it is, but why? Well, this is because people are keeping it in a bubble. Right? We can look at the signs, the warning signs all day, but if we're not talking about what's making the silver low, or what's keeping it low, then what's the point, right? Well, governments, banks, politicians, the higher ups, they don't want you to invest into silver. Why is that, Silver Slayer? Because silver is exactly the opposite of the dollar. Silver is a threat to the dollar. Silver is a threat to banks. Silver is a threat to the government. Because when you're transferring your money from fiat currency to silver, you are now investing into something that has real money. Real money is something that cannot be created nor destroyed. To get more silver, you can't print it automatically. You have to go in and dig it out of the ground. It takes manpower. So that makes silver something tangible, physical, that can be traded, and it's real money. If you look at the definition of real money, that's what silver is, something that cannot be created nor destroyed. The dollar can be destroyed, and it is becoming destroyed. $25 trillion in debt, probably more with all the stimulus. And the thing is that people are listening to the higher ups, listening to these bankers saying that silver is going to stay cheap, and they're getting influenced thinking that silver is a bad investment because they're listening to the media that is brainwashing them or convincing them that it is. And they're doing this purposefully because they want people to hold in fiat currency. If you hold $50,000 in a bank account and hold another $50,000 in gold and silver, the $50,000 in your bank account in 5, 10, 15 years will have drastically decreased. The purchasing power of the dollar goes down every single year. Right now, maybe you can buy a Tesla for that money. In 5, 10, 15 years, you will not be able to, especially in 20, 30 years. The $50,000 in gold and silver not only will hold its value because of silver's intrinsic value, but the coins themselves will also appreciate, especially if you have some semi-numismatic or higher premium stuff. So silver's like keeping your money in a time capsule. It's preserving your wealth against inflation, against hyperinflation, with the stimulus, with everything that's happening in the world right now. We're spending more money than we're earning, and that is going to cause what? It's going to cause debt. And we're trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card with another credit card. It just doesn't work. Something has to change. Gold and silver is the only solution. There is no answer, but there are solutions. And gold and silver, more specifically silver, is that. Why not gold, Silver Slayer? Check out the video I posted yesterday. I'm talking about why silver is so much more profitable than gold is. Gold already has blown its top. Gold already has reached its high. It's almost setting record highs above $1,900. But silver still hasn't exploded yet. And silver's more volatile than gold. It hits higher highs. So if gold's going to rise 10 to 15%, silver's going to be rising 30, 35%. So there's more potential with silver, but it also goes on the downside. If gold's going to drop 10 to 15%, silver is going to drop 20, 30%. So yes, it's more volatile and it hits higher highs, but you got to be careful because it also hits lower lows. It's like gold on steroids. It's a more exaggerated form of gold. which brings more opportunity, but there's also risk, and wherever there's risk, there is more reward. So you do want to invest in the silver, but you want to do it safely and securely. You don't want to be buying silver on eBay. You want to make sure that you have bullion, a nice foundation under your feet before you start paying these hefty premiums, because yes, you might be paying $20, $30 for a coin, but that doesn't mean when you go to sell it, you'll be able to get $20, $30 for it. Sometimes people are paying $25, $30, $40 for a panda to go to the local coin shop, and he's only going to offer you $15, $16 for it, a couple dollars below spot price. That's because he sees the silver as silver, and you're seeing it as this premium or this semi-numismatic coin, and he doesn't see it that way. Your eyes aren't on the same level. So you got to make sure you know where to sell these coins at. But that's a whole different video. I just wanted to mention that at the end just to throw that in. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone, go like the video right now. If you enjoyed this, if you love precious metals, smash that like button. Let's see how many people hit that like button that love precious metals. Also, make sure you subscribe because I post daily videos, 2 to 3 videos a day, so stay tuned. If you want the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date recent information in the world of precious metals, I am your guy. This is your channel. This was Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.